Hey, what's up, everybody? Pen here, and then today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions of the Synology DS-218. It is a 2-bay network attached storage. I got it off of Amazon, and I'm going to be showcasing it. You know what I like about the software. Obviously, I can't show everything or what I want to show. So I sort of broke things down in segments so you guys can understand the message and you can clearly understand where I'm coming from so that I can communicate it properly to you guys. So I'm gonna open up my browser and we're gonna go here. So this is my Synology. As you can see over to the left hand side, the packet center, the control panel, the file station, and the DSM help. So what I like about it so far is the interface, the software of it is top notch. Um, I think most people will look at these and look at the price range, but you're paying for the software, the automation, and overall the support, the ease of use, and just a dedicated community. As you can see, I made it my own. You can add your own background with these things. Up top, you have your notifications, so it lets you know whenever something's going on with the software or the hardware. It's going to let you know here, so that's pretty cool. Um, you have your personal, your options, which you can restart, shut down. You can go to about or sign out. If I go to personal, um, I am two-factor authenticated. I can go to display preferences and I can select my background image that I would want. And it's pretty cool. Like, it's just good to have options and it's just unique to myself, essentially. So, one of the big things that I like is in the control panel. So, just when I go to file services, Samba Share or SMB was automatically checked when I did all the updates and hooked everything up. It was ready to go. It's based off of the name from your Synology account or whatever you specify. And the WS Discovery is just makes it so easy and it's well integrated into the Windows operating system. Everything just works with this. It just works, and it works pretty damn well. Now, I'm gonna exit out here and the package center. The package center is a big thing because this is where you can get some of the applications with your Synology. Now, Synology is also open source and they don't hate on people that want to expand outside of the package center. They allow you to install from additional sources. Now, if I go to install, you guys see that I am running successfully um, the MB media server, the Jellyfin media server, alongside of Plex. Because when there's questions and when people want to have specific things, I can show them off and I can say, it does this, this works just fine, this is what you need to do. I have all three also because I wanted to test the hardware. Um, the hardware isn't nothing to party about, but it's an entry level and it works. And I wanted to touch upon the quick hardware specs. So it's a Realtek RTD 1296 quad core, 1.4 gigahertz for the CPU, 2 gig of DDR4 memory. It has two USB 3.0s on the back and one USB 2.0 on the front. And it supports 10-bit H.265 HEVC MPEG 4 Part 2 MPEG 2 VC1 maximum resolution 4K and shows the maximum frame rate. So For this entry level NAS, it does quite a bit. And once again, the specs is not very impressive here. What's going to be impressive here is going to be the software, the automation, and everything else that Synology is giving to the end user slash consumer. So as you can see, these are the packages that I have installed, but there's something called community. And YouTube has terms of service. But look, this is what the third party that I was referring to. It has all of the automation tools that people would use in the server community and things of that nature. Um, Jacket, all that, radar. Of course, I have radar installed on my Windows PC natively, not running as a service, so it can access my network shares. And I use that to clean up my file structure and to rename my files properly and have everything be clean and organized. But this reminds me just so much of Windows. I wanted something different. I wanted to experience something different, but I wanted something that had a dedicated support team, a fresh user interface, and something that can combine well with the Windows operating system. And that's what Synology does. They do it very, very well. And for anybody that wants any additional information on this, feel free to email me. I'll leave some additional information down in the comment section for you guys. But overall, just what I'm liking is that Synology is nice. You see, I pimped out the background here. This anime Blu-ray that I saw the first two seasons of called Demon Slayer. Very nice show. Um, just making it more at home. This feels more at home. You can tell that it's mine. And I like that Synology gives you that control factor. I love that control. I love experimenting, and I love doing research so that I can find out different things. So my journey here for this was I've been posting on my community tab, and the purpose of this Synology Bay is to store the reference quality title. So what do I mean by reference title? I mean the highest possible quality that's from the disk, 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, whatever you want to call it, and get the uncompressed version of the MKV. So for me, all I need is the video, the audio, and the subtitle information. I don't need anything more. When I'm showing off demos, the purpose of this unit is, of course, for personal use, as well as when somebody come over or they happen to see this, here's what I can show you and recommend based off what I have, or hey, check out this movie. This is a reference movie. For example, the Doom movie that came out last year, but came out on Blu-ray, I believe, earlier this year. That would be an example of a 4K reference title. I believe it has some of the most beautiful visuals, audio, the cinematography is top notch. That would be a reference title that I will play in a home theater to say, this is why you should get started, and hopefully that can get that person excited to get into home theater. So that's what I mean by reference quality titles. It's going to be titles that I recommend. It's not going to be everything in the world, because I have two cloud servers that I have access to, that I go in, that's already automated, and it's have 8 petabytes worth of stuff. So my priority of watching things is going to be on the cloud. I have the NAS for the backup of the reference of what I want to show off to myself or to others. So this is the shucking phase where I use a key set, some screwdrivers, and I got these hard drives out of the enclosure. I shucked them and I put them inside the Synology. And you can see the Synology is on my desk, and it is the DS-218 unit, 2 bay. and it worked perfectly. And I gave some a description here. So roughly, I have about um 16 terabytes of storage. The unit has a storage limit of 24, and because I already had the external 2 8 terabytes, I wind up saving some money because I already had the hard drives. I did not have to buy the NAS plus the hard drives on top. So I wind up saving some money, and it worked out. It wound up being a sweet deal for me at the end. And want to show off one more thing or two more items at least with the Synology. Well, actually, no, I have a few more. So MB and Jellyfin is running on the same port, of course, on when it's within your local network. So one of the things that I did here, I'm going to go to my control panel. I'm going to go to security, and I'm going to go to firewall. And I had to set up some profiles. I have to customize it by editing the rules here. And I had to allow the 8097 and the 8096, the TCP, had to allow both of those. And this is just what I did. And I went to create and I did custom. I selected custom and I just assigned the port here. So for example, I just did, and I had to install Jellyfin first before I installed MB because if I did the reverse, it did not work. And I had to do it exactly like this, or at least in a way that I thought. But it's stable and it works. I had to do some research on that, but it is what it is. You're going to pay for your time, or you're going to pay for convenience, and I like doing both. I just like learning things on my own and telling you guys about it. So I'm going to press X on that. So I'm going to go into, and I once again, YouTube has terms of services. That's why I am presenting it like this. So these are my reference examples. This is taken from the Plex dashboard on the website when you go to the info on your movies. So I'm going to enlarge this. So, and these are on Blu-ray.com in case you guys want to pick these up. So this is Avengers Infinity War. Okay, this is the Remux. The size of this file is 60 gigs. It is MKV. Now this is on Plex. Okay, it plays back flawlessly across Plex, MB, Jellyfin. My client is the NVIDIA Shield Pro 2019, and it comes down to your network and it comes down to your settings. I can't speak on nobody else's network. I can only speak on mine. My network is A1 and it plays back flawlessly with my settings. Because if you use the default settings in these media server applications, you're going to have problems. If you just use any device, you're going to have issues. Of course, I can only recommend what I use because I'm sticking with what works. And I'm using research, science, facts, and just general knowledge of the applications. And that's how I'm able to play back. And my files are huge, between 50 to 100 gigs. And as you can see, Infinity War here is 60. And I just took a screenshot and it plays back perfectly fine on my equipment and my network. I will leave a list of my audio and video equipment in the description. Um, and some additional things so you guys can further look into that as well. Number two, and this is my reference movie so far for the year, Dune. If you haven't checked out Dune, check it out. So we got some extra information here. So this is a 86.11 gig file. The container is MKV, and on the right hand side we see the Adobe information because this is a Adobe Vision title, and all of this is inside of the metadata for Plex. The reason why I'm showing Plex for this example because it gives you the extra metadata information compared to what NB would give you or Jellyfin, and it just gives you extra information and it lays it out in ways that the end user can understand. Once again, it doesn't matter if it's a 60, 50, 80, 90, 100, it plays back flawlessly in MKV. And this is the 4K Ultra HD Blu ray. This is the highest possible quality when it comes to an MKV file. And across all the servers on this Synology NAS, it has no performance issues. And this is an entry level, by the way. Okay, now of course, because of YouTube terms of services, I can't give you guys an actual demo because my channel would get taken down or it would get reported. But what I can show you is that you don't have to have the latest and greatest tool set in order to pull things off. You just have to know how to do your research. You have to get the proper equipment. You have to do the proper settings, and then you can benefit. Um, that's just what I believe. You can benefit from this. So that's about it. The Synology is running perfectly smooth. You guys see here. This is my Windows, my Synology, and it's just perfectly integrated. A perfect complement to my Windows 10 operating system. And I'm going to leave a link to this down in the description as well for you guys to check out and some other information. And it just goes to show you that you don't necessarily need something crazy expensive, to pull something off. It just comes down to research and application, experimenting, and rinse and repeat and going from there. So I know I sort of rambled here, but yeah, I felt like this needed to be a longer video than 15 minutes. So until next time, peace out, guys.